I haven't noticed Hamidou because Omoruyi's is killing it.
Dude, he is. I know we talked about this last week, and it's a long shot for him to make the Pistons roster. But what Piston would you release from the team, other than Corey Joseph and Ronnie Magruder, to keep Eugene Omoruyi on the team?
Do you remember what I said when we signed Omoruyi?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I said this could be a Hamidou Diallo replacement if he gets too expensive in free agency. Now, I'm not saying they're the same player because I feel like Hamidou is way more gifted in transition. He's way more gifted around the rim. But Omoruyi, to me, is just that junkyard dog that just tries on defense. If he turns into a three-point shooter, cool. It's more than, we've seen from Hamidou Diallo shooting threes. That's not really his strong suit is shooting threes. It's more of, attacking the basket. But I think if you were to ask Pistons fans right now, if you could have Hamidou Diallo or Eugene Omoruyi, I think it would be pretty damn close. Just because what I've seen from him in his short time here in Detroit, I think it kind of resonates with the fans because he's taking charges. He's diving for loose balls. Seems like every time he gets fouled, he's talking shit to the player that fouled him. Like, I just love Eugene Omoruyi, man. I hope he makes it, honestly, man. Like, Casey had probably one of the funniest quotes I've ever read. And he said, that guy's got a PhD, poor, hungry, driven.
Oh, geez. That is awesome.
And when you have guys that are poor, hungry, and driven, they're going to work their ass off to make it into the league. And that's what he's done. And I'm happy for him, man. Like, I hope he has, a home here in Detroit because he just works his ass off. And I like, feel good stories like that. And I like seeing guys that actually try and actually give a shit because he's probably the first guy this year that I've actually seen play defense that actually, doesn't get in foul trouble. He's not hacking. Like, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, his energy and effort are just so contagious with this team, man. I would say goodbye to Hamidou Diallo for Eugene Omoruyi, man. He can play both forward spots, good versatility. I'm not saying he changes the fortunes of a franchise. I'm just saying he's a guy that you could have on your bench as that 8th or 9th man, and he's happy in that role, getting like 15, 18 minutes a night, just going all out. He probably, that might even still be an unrealistic role for him because he's only played 35 games in his career, like it's hard to say, but he's been a bright spot this year for the Detroit Pistons, and it's late in the season. I love the kid, man. I really do, dude. It's just fun to watch. Like, he made that move last week, and I know I talked about it on the podcast where he just caught it, did the Euro step, and finished. It's just, we don't have a guy like that can do things. And again, he's not your franchise player. I'm not asking him to take more shots than Cade, but I don't mind him in that high energy effort role like Hamidou Diallo just to spark something at LCA. Give that to Eugene Omoruyi, man. Make that man get paid. Let him collect checks in Detroit. That's what I want to see from him, man. I hope he gets a fair shot at making the roster. That's all I want.
Yeah, you never really know what's going to happen in free agency with Hami.
Yeah.
It may come to a point where he kind of took a hometown discount for 2 years, $10 million. He may want to get that 10 to 12 million a year with the Pistons, and the Pistons may say, hey, like, we like you, but I don't know, man. Like, we got this young kid that can slash. He's not as fast as you, but defensively he tries. I do think if it does get too expensive, the Pistons may just say we're going to roll with Eugene this year, and say good luck in free agency. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I could see it happening. If Hami is asking for a lot during this summer.
Well, the thing that's also interesting about the two players, Eugene, not a great 3-point shooter. He didn't give up shooting threes, though. He shoots about 2.5 a game. Hami just abandoned it. And it was a better thing for his career, but Hami never developed that consistency. I think Eugene Omoruyi could, where he could be closer to league average. But again, like we were talking about, we're talking about, 8th, 9th, 10th man on a good team here. But you need those guys. They're going to push you in practice, and when their number is called, they're going to show up and show out because they don't give up. Like you said, they got a PhD. Poor, hungry, and driven, man.
When I read that, I was like, man, that is such a Casey quote. Like some of his quotes, dude, I just laugh. I was just like, there's no way he said that.
Dude, it's a good one. I love it. I'm going to be dropping that all week in the barbershop, man.